It's 2026 and AI is quietly rewriting the social media landscape in real time. It's happening right in front of you, but most creators don't even realize what is coming. Everyone is just focused on creating content quicker. But the fact that we can create content so quickly now, it is actually slowly becoming worthless. Infinite output, identical styles as other creators, and recycle insights, and creators still expect to stand out. Everyone is trying to stand out with the thing that AI is actually just going to automate. But the creators who are going to survive and stand out are the ones who build something that AI can't replicate. A brand with a clear point of view and an identity attached to it. And that's why in this video, I want to talk to you guys about how content is actually becoming irrelevant and why your worldview is becoming your most valuable asset. See, the thing is, we're only slightly entering this new AI age, which is going to fundamentally change the economics of content forever. All the things that we used to value as such skilled capability is slowly just becoming default. Someone who could design and create websites now instantly being coded. Someone spending the time to create unique thumbnails are now instantly copied with Nano Banana Pro. Copywriters writing scripts, hooks, captions can all now be reverse engineered and plugged into ChatGPT. Understanding you and how you write, what required so much knowledge, judgment, and time is now easily replicable. And you've probably noticed that the floor for content quality has slowly risen. The fact that there's so many creators who are actually really good at creating content, and even if someone jumps onto the platform in 2026, can immediately have a level of content quality that would have taken someone years to create. You would have started to notice that even styles are being commoditized. As soon as you see someone come up with a new visual style, immediately everyone starts copying and creating that now. And someone's ability to actually replicate the design and feel of their content can happen so quickly with the amount of tutorials or information to actually replicate it. You would see the same ideas and trends happening on the platform again and again a lot quicker. With a couple of years ago, maybe hundreds of creators would be copying that same idea. But now everyone's jumping on anything that went viral and putting it out there. So we have thousands, if not tens of thousands of creators saying the exact same thing. You would have seen it. One creator that comes up with a new insight, within a week, the entire platform is recycling that same piece of content. See, the thing is, when anyone can create good content becomes irrelevant. And that's why the game has flipped from not only attention into retention. When there's an infinite amount of content that's all fighting for your attention, that's only one layer deep because they have to continue fighting for your attention day in and day out. So people have to learn now not just getting your attention, but what do they have to do to keep retention? How do we keep people attached to our brands, building community, and coming along on the journey of what we want to bring out into the world? See, when everything looks the same, then nothing just stands out. The world just stops recognizing differentiation, and when they see the same recycled ideal or same visual style, it slowly becomes less appealing. It's like as if when you were traveling for the very first time without your parents by yourself, just going to the airport, booking your hotels, all of that seems super exciting to you, and you feel this sense of joy. But if you've been traveling for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, getting to the airport just feels like a pain, and we don't have that sense of novelty or feeling towards the airport anymore. This is what's happening with content. The quality of your content used to be the differentiator, but now it's just the baseline. So you might be asking yourself, like, what exactly is happening? And has this happened before? So what is happening isn't new. It's been happening for thousands of years. Every industry follows the same predictable path. It is the pattern of value migration, which starts with innovation, which leads to the level of scarcity, which makes this thing premium. When something is new and rare and hard to do, it has enormous value. See, when the internet first came out and only a few people know how to build websites, they were the ones who made a lot of money. This is the same for with apps or even moving into online stores and e-com. The people who moved quick on it when it was early and not many people had the information to know how to do this, they were the ones getting paid well because they had something of value, simply because they were early. But what always happens in every era is mass adoption comes, which lowers the level of supply, which creates so much abundance and then slowly turns everything into a commodity. Now for someone to build a website, it probably only costs them like $30 a month. Because there's so much abundance in choice of which website provider and they have these templates, creating a website becomes such a commodity. And that's why whenever a tool becomes widespread and easy, the thing that it does becomes cheap, but not only in perception, but also in its value as well. And that's where content is now. It's currently reached the point of coffee or fashion or information. The fact that we can order coffee straight to us, we have print-on-demand clothing, and we can search up any question that we have on ChatGPT. See, the thing is, whenever something becomes a commodity, value shifts to the thing that cannot easily be copied. And look, I'm not saying don't have a good quality camera, good audio, good lighting, but what I'm saying is that becomes the bare minimum of what content should look like. And yes, it's weird to think about, but the more content that's put out onto the platform, the less value content actually has. But with every cycle throughout time, there's always something that is new. There's always something that holds a little bit more value than what the previous generation had. And that's why brand is becoming the most important thing. I mean, think about how many content creators you actually like and follow on a day-to-day basis. You probably scroll and see a lot of content, but what actually holds a place in your heart? Who do you actually remember? And that's where brand comes into play. Brand is the reputation that you've built through repetition, the thing that people feel connected to. Your brand is your worldview and what you articulate to your audience. And the emotional frequency that your audience actually gets when they think or watch you. Simply put, your brand is what you truly stand for. And I want you to think about some of your favorite creators on the platform. If you don't know what they stand for instantly, then they become blended in like everyone else. I want you to think about your favorite creators. You might have some good creators that you see on the platform, and then there's your favorite creators. You understand their point of view and what they're fighting for, what they stand for. The good creators, they might entertain you and they might give you some value here and there, but there is no understanding of their point of view, and therefore you don't get emotionally attached to them. And this is a lesson I think everyone's going to be thinking about as we keep moving forward, because AI is easily going to replicate your style, your edits, all these tactics, but it cannot replicate your lens in which you see the world, the emotions behind how you speak and what you're trying to give out to the world. It cannot replicate care and the connection that the creator wants to create with the audience. And that's why every brand needs to understand what is their point of view that they're standing on. What is the worldview that they're willing to die on? This gives an audience a sense of how you view the world and a feeling that's attached to that way of being. You're going to see this mass exodus of all these creators going away from informational content because people don't want to follow creators for more information. They want to follow people with a similar worldview as them so that we can help make sense of reality, because reality is completely shifting right before our eyes. We don't know what the future is going to be, but people want to follow someone with similar values and point of view of where they want the world to head as well. So by having a clear worldview, you're going to allow your audience to make sense of their reality and a feeling that reinforces their identity of who they truly want to embody. The things that are going to rise to the top are the things that cannot be commoditized. Your lived experience in how you view the world, your taste and your excitement for what's actually fresh, your values, your beliefs, your principles, what is non-negotiable for you. More community with shared language, shared references, shared beliefs and values. But what is going to get commoditized is all of the skills that we value today. Design, editing, hooks, trends, frameworks. What is happening before our very eyes is the world is shifting from differentiation by mechanics to differentiation by worldview and emotional resonance. People aren't choosing creators based on what they post anymore. It's not enough to satisfy people anymore. Everyone's a creator, everyone has the ability to post, but what they'll choose on is why someone posts, how they see the world, how their content makes them feel, and whether or not that creator reflects who they want to become or who they share the same values with. The interesting thing is every era ends the exact same way. When tools democratize any sort of skills or creation, the value always shifts into more interpretation and more emotion, going from our left brain into our right brain. In the industrial age, factories were making a lot of goods, but what eventually happened is people only started to care about how the brands made them feel. When there was an influx of clothing choices, it wasn't making a choice based on the clothing anymore. It was the brand and how it made them feel. In the early internet age, information was becoming more accessible to people online, so everyone was trying to find information. But eventually what happened is we found people that could explain it the best or synthesize and curate the information to make it easier for us to consume. And right now we're heading to the end of the social media era. People slowly started to care about the taste, the style, and what the world that you're building were. But we're now at the cusp of this AI age where anyone can create anything pretty much instantly. So what is going to matter is why you want to do what you want to do. What is your point of view and how do you make people feel? Because when anything can be created instantly, the novelty of it slowly disappears. So what's left is that point of view and that feeling attached to why you should be doing something in the first place. And this is the strange world that we're heading into. It's the paradox of scale. The easier it is to produce something, the harder it becomes to create an emotional attachment to it. And that's why the more content that floods social media, the more valuable your perspective actually becomes. I mean, think about it. When everything looks good, sounds good, and educates you, the brain just stops evaluating all of this content and it starts evaluating something else. It starts turning into who is actually speaking. What do they believe? Do I resonate with their worldview? Do I feel something when they talk? Does it actually inspire me or move me into wanting to create more? And that's why as we move into this AI age that's coming towards us very, very quickly, we have to realize that this content isn't the mode anymore. Your brand and your point of view is going to be your mode. Any tactics can be copied, aesthetics can be copied, scripts can be copied, but what cannot be copied is your belief system shaped by your real world experience, your philosophy, what's important to you. Those things aren't mechanical and they're constantly ever changing. And that's the human part. So I want to leave you with this. If content is the body, then the brand is the soul. And that's why brand isn't just becoming important. It is becoming everything.